Morning, guys, and welcome to our latest video update. I just wanted to keep everyone in the community just updated with everything that we are doing here at Game Theory and lots of exciting stuff to go through with everybody. Just starting off with the statistics like we like to do in these videos. So if we jump over to the website, first thing we want to start off with is that we have a new landing page. So a couple things about this. The whole idea of the new landing page was just to mesh up with kind of our new messaging and kind of simpler explanation of the entire ecosystem that we're building around game theory, and to make it a lot more accessible for someone who doesn't come from a background where they know a lot about seniority protocols or they've invested in them before. So if you head onto the website, this is what you see. So you can see how it breaks down like the kind of 5 different pillars that we're going to be having within the ecosystem. So you see our NFT Marketplace. You've got the arcade games, the first of which is going to be our Pacman game. You got the RPG shooter types of games we're building, which is one of the Brutal Network. You got the wagering games, which would be like lottery, speculation market, poker, and you've got the seniority side of it, which is the investment side. So you've got all the different aspects of the ecosystem. Enter here to play will take you into the website. You can see the about game theory. So it just kind of, again, gives an overview of what it is that we're doing. One side talks about the gaming side of the platform. The other side talks about the investment side of the platform. And then we have our NFTs, which interact with both sides of the platform. And then we just have a new to crypto video here too. The other good thing about the landing page is that you don't need to have your wallet connected to be able to see this information. So it means that, again, someone who's like a newer into it and isn't as used to connecting their wallet to website straight off the bat, they're able to see everything. So we think just kind of it's a lot more friendly from a user experience. And you hit on the enter to play, it takes you to what is now the homepage. So if we have a look at where we are at, so liquidity wise, so in the game pool, we're sitting at $587,000 in liquidity, 209,000 in the theory liquidity, and we're sitting at $1.231 million total value locked, which, in considering how the market has been over the last week, is really, really good. And we're going to get into that in the TVL list as well. Price per game, $1.02. So we actually dipped underneath peg yesterday for about 12 hours. And then we immediately bounced back from that point, or the day before yesterday. And I think that's just a huge sign to see how much confidence that there is in our community, that as soon as we drop back below peg, we immediately jump back above that price of $1. And you see here, Theory's been holding steady around that $30 mark as well. In terms of the treasury, so right now we're sitting about $9,500 in terms of stables. In terms of what we have in game and theory tokens, like every day that goes by, the treasury's amount of game tokens, amount of theory tokens will be going up and up and up and up. We have about $500,000 in those two tokens in the treasury. So we have a lot of funds in our war chest that we can use. And the fact that we've been so stable since we launched and we haven't had to use those funds is a huge positive sign for us and shows kind of how much confidence that there is from our investors. In terms of unique holders, so we're sitting at 362 different unique holders on the game token. So that's steadily going up and up and up. Last time we did this video, we were sitting at 340. So we gained another 21 holders. And so just keeps on steadily increasing, which is really important. In terms of the NFTs, so the NFT minting is now back live. So as you can see here, we have the 4 different types of Generation 1 NFTs that are available. We've got the bronze, the silver, the gold, and the platinum. Now that our vote has concluded, you can see the levels. So bronze is levels 1 to 5 are the bronze NFTs. Levels 6 and 7 are the silver NFTs. Levels 8 and 9 are the gold NFTs. And then level 10 is the platinum NFT. And you can see how many are able to be minted. So far, there's been 62 of the bronze NFTs minted. So those are all going to be having utility on the investment side and the ability to unlock those locked theory rewards. And they're all going to be having utilities in our different games. And so with our Pacman game that's going to be released by the end of this week, in the first 24 hours of the game being released, only people that hold NFTs are going to be able to play the Pacman game. So that's going to be our first big perk on the game side of things. We're going to come to our NFT holders. So only NFT holders are going to be able to play the game within the first 24 hours. There's also a free credits that gets distributed. So anyone that holds a platinum NFT is going to get 100 credits. So they're going to get 100 plays of the game without having to pay the fee of one game. If you hold a gold NFT, you're going to get 10 free credits. If If you hold a silver NFT, you're going to get 5 free credits. And if you hold a bronze NFT, you're going to get 1 free credit as well. So that's how we really look at the NFTs, that there's kind of like our version of the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs in terms of having, and we're going to have genuine utility with those. So you have the investment side of things, where holding an NFT is going to allow you to unlock some of those locked theory rewards. And then you have the gaming side of the NFTs, where they're going to give you perks, premium membership, and access to things that people that don't have those NFTs won't. So again, for Pacman, you get to play in the first 24 hours in that exclusive period, which are only for NFT holders. Plus, you get free credits to play the game if you hold those NFTs. And we're going to be doing the same thing with every single game that we release, where there's going to be certain perks, certain aspects and benefits and levels that are only available to people that hold those NFTs. We're also going to be having bonuses on the high score reward fee as well. So when you play Pacman, if you break the high score, you're going to get access to the rewards that are sitting in the pool. If you hold an NFT, you're going to get higher rewards than you would have done if you don't hold an NFT as well. So there's so many different benefits that come from holding those NFTs on the investment side and on the gaming side as well. So we're really excited about that. In terms of our social channels, so our Discord, last time we did this, we were sitting at 1,340 members in our Discord. We're now up to 1,874 members. So had a huge influx of members come and join the Discord. On our Twitter, we're sitting at 556 Twitter followers, so that's steadily increasing every time as well. And if we head over to DeFi Llama to have a look at the total value locks list, something I wanted to really touch on. If you look at the top of the list, so Tomb Finance and look at Savannah Finance, if you look at the TVL of Savannah Finance at 244 million, last time we were doing this video, this number was sitting at just under 400 million. And so you can see that, across the board, you can see like these red numbers really going down across pretty much every single token on this list has a big red numbers right next to it, or red numbers across the board. And so the fact that for us is that we're pretty much at the same point in terms of liquidity that we were at when we did this video almost a week ago. And the fact that the entire market is completely red. If we head over to Dex Screener and we look at just like the major tokens here, you can see this is us. You can see like a game, how we're positive in over the last 24 hours. Theory, we're down just a little bit. But if you look at Bitcoin, if you look at Ethereum, sorry, this thing is in the way. Move that. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Phantom. See Phantom sitting at 92 cents. This was 96 cents yesterday. So Phantom has dropped by a large amount just since yesterday. You can see Tomb sitting at 92 cents, AVAX. So these are obviously huge layer one tokens that are falling. And then Tomb, obviously the number one seniorish platform. So the fact that all of these tokens are down over the last week and that we've basically been holding steady, I think is an incredibly bullish and positive sign for how we're holding up in the market, and which just says to what our investors think about us and the belief that they have in our ecosystem that we're building, in our roadmap, and the utility that's going to be there in the platform. And so I think that's been a hugely positive week. We got challenged by dropping below peg for the first extended period of time since launch. And the fact that we bounced back from that so quickly, I think is just a huge sign. So stuff that we're very excited about there. In terms of development, so like we just said, like you just saw, we have the landing page now added to the website. We're going to be continually adding updates and upgrades to it. Once we release our arcade games, they're going to have their own section in the website, which is we think can look really cool as well. We just brought on board another new developer. So we now have 4 different developers, including Sweetie, who are actively building things for the platform. And it's a new game developer, and that person has now started work on Angry Birds. So before we've actually even released our first game, we've already started development of our second game as well. So that's going to be another category of strategy/puzzle games that are going to go into that category as well. So I think that's going to be something people are really going to enjoy. We obviously have our releases coming up this week. So by the end of the week, the goal is to release our first arcade game, which is Pacman. In terms of the specifics, obviously, anyone who's played knows the way that the game works. To play the game, you'd be paying a fee of 1 game to play the level. And then part of that fee goes into a rewards pool. If you're able to break the high score of Pacman, then you would get the rewards sitting in that pool as well. So you get the fun of playing the game, you get to contribute to the protocol, and then you get the competitive aspect of being able to win rewards through that game. Also this week, they're going to be released by the end. We have our NFT Marketplace coming out. So again, I was just speaking about the value that our NFTs have from the investing side of things and all the utility they're going to have from the gaming side of things. The NFTs are also limited to, so there's only 300 of the Gen 1 NFTs, 100 of the bronze, 100 of the silver, 50 of the gold, and then just 10 of the platinum. And so that now we have our marketplace. As we get more and more users, more of those NFTs get bought up. Or if you want to be able to acquire one through the NFT marketplace as a place to do it, all the buyers are going to and sales are going to be in game tokens as well. So again, it's going to create buyer pressure for the game token. And then there's a sales tax on every NFT sale for the marketplace. And that's going to go towards supporting the protocol and burning game tokens as well. So it's going to be our first platform that's going to be exclusively using game as a currency. And then we have the lottery that's also going to be out by the end of the week as well. So again, this gives people a chance to have a little bit of fun. They can buy as many tickets as they want in-game tokens, and then there's going to be rewards going to be distributed out to our lottery winners as well. So another little bit of fun. People who have more of that wagering personality will gravitate more towards those games. We also have released our first two infographics. So if we head over, the first infographic talks about strategies, a recommended strategy that people can use coming into the ecosystem. So if we look at the infographic, you can see like step one, to come in and buy the game DAI liquidity pool tokens and then stake those tokens in the farm. Step two, take the earned theory rewards from the liquidity pool and then go and stake them into theoretics. Step three, in theoretics, you'd be printing those game rewards. Take those rewards, take 60% of them and put them into the game DAI liquidity pool, 30% put them into the theory DAI liquidity pool, and take 10% as profits. And then you go back and then repeat steps 2 and 3 and just do kind of this cycle in repeat. And then what that means is that your investment in the protocol will constantly be growing. And so you get to benefit from the protocol growing over time, but you're also able to take profits as well. Our second infographic and investment strategy. So this is with taking rewards from theory instead of with game. So step one, you stake into the game DAI liquidity pool. Step two, you take the rewards you get in theory from that pool. 90% of them you put into theoretics, 10% you take as profits. Then you take those game rewards and you compound 100% of them back into the game DAI liquidity pool. And then you go and repeat steps 1, 2, and 3. So basically, strategy number one is allowing you to take profits in game tokens. Strategy number two, taking profits in theory tokens. When we are closer to peg, strategy number two is the strategy that is most beneficial to the health of the protocol as well. So if the price is somewhere between $1 and like 1.01 cents, or between like 1.02, 1.03, 1.04, kind of in that kind of range just above peg. This is where strategy number two is most healthy for the protocol. When we're at like 1.04, 1.05 and above, that's where strategy number one becomes a lot more healthy for the protocol too. So kind of either depending on your own personal preference, but we have those two strategies there and we have those two infographics there and just kind of simplify it for people who are new coming into the protocol. In terms of marketing, so we are working on, first off, adding some utility ideas for L game and L theory. So we've had a lot of suggestions from the community. The team's been discussing it and evaluating. And so we're really looking at different ways in which we can give utility to those locked tokens and kind of benefit the investors and also help to protect the protocol as well. So keep your eye out on some announcements about that over the next month. What we have working marketing-wise, so we have a YouTube video which is coming out today from a popular YouTuber. The channel is called Fire Hustle. As soon as that video comes out, we'll be sharing the links for our community. Again, for us, it's all about just expanding our reach and adding to our user base. We have a sponsorship deal with Phantom Hub. So they are a popular Twitter channel on the Phantom space. Obviously, they've got the name Phantom Hub, and they work with a lot of different projects. They do a full-scale sponsorship, so we're doing an AMA with them, but they also produce assets and like marketing materials for us. They produce articles, so it's kind of more of a full evaluation and deep dive into the project. So all the stuff that gets produced from them, we'll be sharing that with you guys as well. They already produced the graphics for the AMA that we're doing with them on Tuesday at 1 p.m. UTC, so tune in for that. We're also doing a crossover event with Polygon News. So they're doing a Phantom Week where they're having a different AMAs with all different projects on Phantom. And so for us, we're going to be doing that with them next week as well. Tentatively looking for Wednesday for the date for that, but that could be on a different day. But we're going to be doing that crossover event with Polygon News. That will be include a voice AMA on their Telegram channel as well. So we'll post out links for that. We also have another video coming out done by Dow King. So he's going to be producing that video and releasing that on Thursday. For anyone who doesn't know, he's someone who is very plugged into the seniorage space as well, someone who's got a large following, but also a very high quality following. So a lot of investors follow what he's looking at, what he's talking about. So he's going to be doing a dedicated review on us next week. We also have our continued partnerships with the Phantom Ecologist and with Walter White. So you guys will be seeing continual updates and messaging and marketing coming from them. We also have another Twitter influencer, which is Coffee on the Blockchain, who's coming on board for us as an ambassador. So he's going to be doing an in-depth thread on the protocol, kind of educating his following on what it is that we're doing, all of our different mechanics, how they're working. So that's something that's going to be coming out next week. And we also have our guerrilla marketing campaign going on in the background to help us to increase our user base. So we have a lot going on in the marketing department. We're kind of attacking it from the YouTube area. We're attacking it from Twitter. We're also trying to get out and do as many different AMAs as possible, talk to multiple different communities. We also have partnerships that are in the work too. So we've kind of in advanced talks with a couple different protocols about forming some partnerships with them, exchanging different services we can have together. Also, we're having some protocols have started to approach us too about investing in game theory as well. So those are things that are going on in the background too. Once we have anything that's actually official, obviously the first thing we do is be announcing it to the community so we can tell you a lot more details about that when things are confirmed. And that's what we've got for updates there, guys. Cool. So again, just to emphasize for our NFTs, for anybody that's excited about the release of Pacman, the first 24 hours is going to be exclusively NFT holders only. So if you want to get access to those perks, you need to have an NFT for it to take advantage of that. Plus also holding the NFT gets you those free credits as well. And this is going to be the plan for every single game moving forward. So if you want to really get the full benefits and advantages of all of our different games in the ecosystem, you want to make sure you're holding an NFT. We did have, I think, one question in the AMA channel, so I'm just going to hop over there and answer that one. Oh, no, that's wrong channel, sorry. Questions for AMA, there we go. Yes, so Disco Chuck asked, in the future, will master token governance votes be used to choose treasury investments, and would there be a small portion shared with the master token holders? So that is a great idea. If anyone has a proposal that they would like to have us invest in the treasury and they hold those master token, then they're more than free to propose a vote on that and get the community to vote on it. In terms of our treasury investments, the one we have right now is with DeFi Kingdoms and Crystal Vale. That's a longer term investment. So we're looking at to kind of evaluate where we're at with that in terms of taking profits or anything like that within 6 months. But yes, any proceeds that are coming from our treasury investments, they're going to be going into the master pool as well. So that's kind of the idea of master, is that master is going to be collecting fees that are coming from the withdrawal fees from theoretics, some of the fees from NFT Marketplace, and then fees and profits from other areas of the protocol. They are going to be going into the master pool as well. So again, if you want to be sharing the profits of the treasury, holding master tokens is the way to be. And you've got to then exchange your theory tokens to get master tokens. Asked them, could there be a beta tester role given to particular NFT level Discord game winners? That is a great idea. Beta testing, we actually were looking into that for Pacman, but there just weren't enough different types of NFTs had been minted yet, since we only just turned them back on. But once more different types of NFTs have been minted, especially for platinum holders, that's definitely something that we're going to do. Like we would have done that with Pacman if we had multiple platinum holders or at least multiple gold holders, we would have done that. So yeah, that's something that we're definitely looking into, and there's a lot of different things we can do with the NFT holders and with the games that we're releasing. Will all the games be playable via mobile? Not all of the games, no. Most of the games we're building initially are going to be web only to start off with, but then over time we're looking to make more of the mobile games as well. And then could there be a support the protocol withdrawal button in each of the pools that allows infographics? Yeah, so we're looking to build in more different types of features. One of the things we're looking into is with the liquidity pools right now, when you add more liquidity pool tokens, it automatically claims your theory tokens for it too. So we're looking to add like a bank feature that would allow us to separate that. So there's lots of things that we're looking to build. I mean, if you look at the list of games we have on our docket is huge. The list of innovations with the protocol is huge. We have 4 different developers right now actively building different parts of the protocol. But I would say that, for us, or at least in my personal investing experience, what I found was that most protocols I was in weren't really doing that much. For us, like, one of our biggest issues is that we don't have enough developers to build everything we want to build at the speed we want to build. We already have 4 different ones, and I'm constantly on the lookout for more high quality developers to build. And we're always having more great ideas for more games, more great ideas for more features to the protocol. So there's so much that we want to build, but obviously there's a human element to it that you can only build so much so quickly at one time. But yeah, that's a great idea and something we're definitely looking to add. Last 2, we said, are we looking to have an AMA with Phantom Alert? Yep. So we're looking to really kind of get embedded in the Phantom community, and we're looking across all of the different kind of large players on the Phantom ecosystem. So that's something that we're looking into. DeFi Kingdom had an exploit with Locked Jewel. Is there a potential issue with Locked Theory? I am not, for the specific exploit you are referring to, I am not aware of the exact details of that. But I know that with our tokens, everything has been peer reviewed, and we're also having an audit next month as well. So security is the highest priority for ourselves too, and we haven't had any issues with any of the Locked Theory tokens so far. We don't envisage that happening in the future, but that's one of the reasons why we're have everything peer reviewed. They're constantly getting peer reviewed by other developers, and also having an audit as well, because security is incredibly important to us. But great questions there, guys. So that is it for everything for the update. Thanks so much for tuning in there, guys. Again, so by the end of this week, we've got our NFT Marketplace, we've got the lottery, and we've got Pacman coming out. First 24 hours is going to be exclusively for the NFT holders. So if you want to get involved in that, make sure you have an NFT. And if you don't, make sure you mint an NFT. 2, if you want to get the highest number of free credits, 2, make sure you look at the silver, gold, or platinum NFTs as well. All right, have a great day, guys.